morning. It is Thursday, September 9th, 9:30 a.m. I have about 20 minutes. I'm gonna head out to meet up with my cousin with the hopes that we go get tested for COVID, just to keep, everyone's mind at ease, even though I know I don't have it. But I think because I want to be out and about, just trying to do my part and be respectful to those around me, right? Especially with all these variants and stuff. But I feel better. I feel better. I just finished seeing my waves. Nothing different than yesterday's. It's I couldn't tap into my music, which is hard. Well, I thought it was hard, but it's actually not that hard anymore. Like, I'm able to tap into it. And I was thinking, who was I thinking about? I'm starting to think more on people. Specific people, to see if that helps. Oh, I was thinking about my client. I was thinking about one of my clients. And this realization that I see like there's stories are like, it's I'd forgotten. No, actually, I don't remember. It's weird. It's just this weird feeling, this countertransference that I see and experience and am keeping at bay with some of my clients specifically, where it's just like, oh, that sounds familiar. That sounds familiar. And as a therapist, you're just, as long as you're aware of it and keep it at bay, right? You leave it at the door when you go into your session with your client, because it's about them. And I'm having to ask, like, what would you like to focus on in this session, right? And they're adults, so it's different. It's different than kids. Kids, you there's more teaching involved if you're doing skills like social skills, coping skills, and then even like when you incorporate like stand tray techniques, right? There's a certain element of planning for your session, and with adults it's a little different. So it's a nice different. But anyways, I was thinking about this particular client, and then I saw seeing the waves. I'm like, okay. And it's I saw the color, and excuse me, I'm getting hiccups. It was just radiating from the bottom, and it would go up to the side. So it wasn't like my usual waves or going with the flow or like this. No, it was just this radiating from the bottom, and then it separates and it rises to the top, like not all the way to the top, but maybe about here, and it would just do that again. It would just do that again. And so there was this clear separation in the middle. But it wasn't like the other ones, like yesterday and the one before, where it was like separate. Like it was like straight out movement, and then when it would rise, it was like a square top. Like it was weird, like a castle top or something. It was just weird sometimes what I seen. But this was more like there was a smoothness to the raising of it. That's all I saw. And then depending on how present I am, like I can stick with it for a while. But I think I was in and out of my thoughts because I didn't have my music on. When I don't have my music on, the meditation music, my mind wanders a little more, and I have to bring myself back. And I'm doing like the pause, breathe, smile. And I noticed, there's funny, I noticed the moment I smile when I'm in this meditative state, I see more movement. In the sense of like, not the movement that I normally see, but the energy. It's weird. It's like things get lifted. Like there's literally like a lifting feeling when I smile in the dark with my eyes closed. and it makes sense. It makes sense, right? There's research, and I when I remember teaching this to some of my clients, this concept of fake it till you make it, but being authentic and faking it till you make it, right? There's this like making sure you're authentic with that process of owning that, hey, I'm not there yet, but I'm gonna get there, and I'm doing these steps to get there. And so there was a study, there were these few studies about body posture and the physical movement of your body when you engage in certain tasks. And so this oftentimes was for people who were more like depressed or low self-worth, and using the physical movement to really raising our vibration, really, right? Raising, because you feel different when your posture is up, like when you're sitting up, standing up straight. It's a different feeling when you're like this versus when you actually physically, right, put yourself in a different position. Same thing with smiling. Smiling requires a lot of muscle movement that we don't realize. Many little tiny muscles. And you actually stimulate, it stimulates these neurons. It stimulates the happy hormone when you smile without even realizing it. So just the act of smiling can trigger, it's a ripple effect, right? And especially if now that I'm looking at myself as an energetic being, right? That, I mean, even my thoughts, it's like this ripple effect of how your thoughts, yesterday and the day before I was struggling, right? More so 2 days ago. Funny, the videos that I'm posting the last few days, I'm really struggling. I'm going down this rabbit hole. But that's what happens, like how the ripple effect of that one thought takes you down, right? And then the same thing is like, I actually, there's another YouTube subscriber recently who's reached out, and I've been a little more cautious with the people that I allow in, just because of the experiences that I've had, and he mentioned that he wanted to get to know me, and I asked for what purpose, and he's like, I don't know, I just feel like I need to get to know you. So I've been asking questions, like I'm feeling this out, right? Trying to feel this out, and he's been kind. And the last video that I happened to post was the one where I'm really crying and in the transition, and then I didn't post yesterday or the day after that. I forgot why. I think I was also emotionally struggling, because the same thing, it was like the repeated theme of the resources, right? Like it was a ripple effect. I was in my funk about like the birth chart class, and then I got my golden ticket, and then realizing that I only had a certain number of clients, and so there was this ripple effect that I was seeing that I was going down this rabbit hole. And yesterday, reminding myself, okay, Yubi, what did you do last year, right? To raise my vibration. Exactly a year ago, my post-its. I actually ended up dancing yesterday, most of the day. And a lot of my clients canceled, thankfully, really, because that allowed time for me to just put my music on and dance. And I hadn't done that in a long time, and it felt so good. And I had forgotten how good that felt. And I'm like, okay, Yubi, whenever I can, I'm just going to dance. Put my headphones on, right? Because I live, in an apartment. And just dance like I used to. And I felt so good, and I felt myself lifting just by listening to the music that I like and dancing in the privacy of my space. So as I'm meditating this morning, my eyes are closed, right? My little candle is on, my velita, and there's no music, which is it's more of a struggle for me because of my thoughts. But I'm going with it. I'm like, all right, I've done it before. I can do it again. Thinking about this client, and then I tap in. But this was before I tapped in, where I was just looking, because I'm observing, right? And you know, and I was thinking about people who just close their eyes and I'm like, I don't see anything. I don't see anything. You're trying too hard. Just relax, right? You close your eyes and just breathe. Like, do what Gary says. Pause, breathe, and then just smile and just be in that moment, right? So for me, it helps for the music because then I can focus on the instruments and the sounds. If there's birds or, whatever I choose to listen to that's peaceful for me. And then as your eyes relax, you actually, and then depending on what you saw before, like I mentioned it before, when I look at my phone before I meditate, I can see the energy imprint I can see it with my eyes closed. I can see the energetic imprint of the phone appearing as my eyes are closed, right? So that's what you want to focus on is what can you see with your eyes closed? And then there's this darkness to it clearly, right? But then that's when I start seeing the violets and the purple, and it's a dark purple. And then I start seeing movement. But before I tapped into it, that's what I was focused on. That's what I was saying. I was doing what Gary said. Pausing, focusing on my breath, and then smile. And when I smiled, I can see that outline with my eyes closed, but I can see that outline of us like a smile when I'm smiling. And I stopped smiling, went away. I smiled again. I did that whole pause, breathe, smile. And I saw it again. I was just like, oh, that's so cool. I'm like, well, that makes sense because I'm an energetic being, right? I'm seeing the energy of smiling. So I thought that was cool that I saw that before I saw my waves. So thank you, Gary, for that. And so anyway, so I was getting myself into a funk and raised my vibration. I felt better. I found a check that I have to deposit. That's exactly, well, not exactly, it's 70 cents more. Oh no, I lied. It's $2 less. But still, in terms of how much my ticket, my golden ticket costs. So I'm like, oh, well, there you go. That takes care of that ticket. And then just remembering, Yubi, don't forget, you're here. You made it here. And you're, if it's meant to be, it'll meant to be, right? It's meant to be. And if it's not, it's not. And that's okay. No regrets. No regrets. Mom said I could come home. Mom said I can come home if it doesn't work out. So I reminded myself, I remembered the power that I had, right? Instead of getting lost in the rabbit hole thoughts. So yeah, so I just wanted to speak to that. And the waves that I saw this morning and just the connection. And MJ's message this morning, was again, just remembering to stay grounded, which is funny because that's the video that I posted is what I'm doing. I'm grounding. I'm crying. What is it? Chapter 25, episode 3, looking at unexpected surprises. Oh, no, wait. No, that's the one for tomorrow. The one for today that posted. Oh, there it is. No, it's chapter 25, episode 1, looking for resources. This one I posted today. That's the one where I'm like going down my rabbit hole about worries and fears and then realizing that I needed a ground. And that's the video that I talk about MJ posting that message on how to raise your vibration. How do I get into high vibe quickly? And she talks about earthing. And then so it's funny. Again, this repeated cycle. This repeated cycle of things just unfolding. And so the guy that I'm connecting with on Instagram, who's a subscriber, I guess he's a subscriber now. I think, I don't know, I haven't really looked into it. But he reached out just to check in to see how I was doing. And that he hopes that I'm happy. And that's all, being honest. It's just like, it was actually kind of rough yesterday. So he asked me, if you don't mind me asking, what happened. So I opened up and shared with him and shared, what helped me last time and what I realized I needed to do and what I actually did yesterday, and I felt a lot better. So, that was nice of him to reach out and ask. So thank you. Thank you, sir. And then it's Thursday, so I'm planning to allot Thursdays for Gary, whether it's a phone conversation or a face-to-face like hangout. And he reached out this morning, and I mentioned, I said, hey, I'm gonna go get tested with my cousin. I didn't tell me with my cousin, but I said I'm gonna go get tested just for peace of mind and for people around me. And I stayed up late working on these videos, so I don't have to worry about them for the rest of the week. So I went to bed late, so I didn't wake up as early as I usually wake up. And realizing, like, I wanna, he appreciates routine, and I appreciate his time. So I want to make sure that I don't take advantage of that, and that maybe just clarify, like, I'd like to set aside Thursdays for you. That way I don't bombard him with emails during the week. Because I do I do send a lot of emails out. But it's just my thoughts that need to come out. And I appreciate that he values words. And I appreciate his time. I do. I really do. And I'm grateful. And then I woke up this morning thinking about him. And I realized something that I'm going to share with him about his purpose in my path. And I'm grateful. For that. Yeah. For that. Meet cute. What is it called? The meet cute? Cute meet. Cute meet. Meet cute. I've heard of, I know. Meet cute. It's a meet cute. The meet cute. An amusing or charming first encounter between two characters. Well, I don't know if it'll lead to a romantic relationship, but I'm definitely enjoying his company. I really am. Does it have to end up in a romantic relationship? Can't it just be a friendship? Who says we can't change the definition of words? There's a whole new dictionary on, what is it? Yeah, like new definitions for new words. Oh, and he sent me something. Had no idea what he meant. I guess that's an acronym that kids nowadays use, maybe. I don't know. IMHO. I had to look that up. I was like, I don't know what that means. So it turns out it means in my humble opinion. IMHO. So I learned something new. Alright, it's 10 o'clock. I need to walk to my cousin's, which is a good 20-minute walk. 30-minute maybe. But I want to chew my ginger first. Drink some water before I leave. So, alright, till next time. Bye. My name is Yubi, and in case you haven't figured it out, this footage is capturing my experience as I learn to navigate my personal spiritual awakening. I am learning that this experience is unique to each one of us, in whatever way we believe we are embracing living our truth. This just happens to be my journey. And despite me having a graduate degree and a license in clinical social work, this by no means is intended to replace any type of mental health advice. This is just me on a personal level, documenting my experience, shedding light on the truth that I am learning and discovering for myself, and really inviting you along for the ride. If by some magical chance you find this content to be helpful in any way, shape, or form, please click the like button, share the message, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have an Instagram account, a personal one, and one specifically for this channel that you're more than welcome to check out. I'm an open book. I have also created t-shirt designs. I'm wearing my favorite one right now, which is the North Node design, but I have that and other things that you can look at inspired by this process and journey, and I have the link in the description box as well as in the about section of my YouTube channel. So you're more than welcome to check those items out. Any type of support is great. Again, if you find this content really helpful or meaningful, sometimes when we take that step and be vulnerable, with showing what's inside our hearts and what's really our truth, we realize that we're much more connected than what we thought we were. And so I hope that as I'm living this experience and that you find some type of truth for yourself, or find some type of ability to heal in some way just by relating, just by knowing that you're not alone. That really has been my goal with this process, not just being able to connect with others, but really for my own healing. It's definitely been a therapeutic experience and a very creative one for myself. So I thank you, and I wish you all the best, and we'll see what else comes next for me.